Nik Mesney with Andy Morrison after the Nomads 2-1 victory. Andy, a second successive Friday night victory for the club.
Yeah, it's a great win. It's a great win. You know, it's people look at the result and say Connacht's key against Cefn Druids. You know, we've been struggling, and where we are in the league in relation to them. But you know, that doesn't tell the story, because we're putting a lot of, you know, sort of square pegs into round holes at the minute, and it's really tough, Nick. You know, we're trying to get a balance right. I thought we started terrific. You know, we dominated the game. We got in front. We got the second goal just for half time, and then you're thinking, you know, it could be an easy evening. And it turned out anything but that. But you know, goals change games. It's the old, you know, it's the classic cliche. And we're looking for the third, thinking that we might be able to freshen it up. Because I know there's a couple on there that are struggling again. And you know, we don't get the third. We don't get the. What I'm thinking, the fourth, and then we go and concede with the first entrance into our final third, the first sort of shot on goal, and we concede, and it's 2-1, and then it changes. You know, we get a little bit disjointed. We get the distance between the units are all wrong. Again, we've got no left foot down that side, so we're all disjointed, and it become a bit painful towards that last sort of 15 minutes. But a couple of great tackles, and I said, we'll wake up in the morning, and it'll be a fantastic 3 points, because the load is going on the same players all the time now. You know, I'm looking at the back of the changing room there at the end of the game, and I'm 3 suspended. We've got 4 or 5 injured, and you know, we're really backs against the wall, and we're very organised, Nick, and you know, we have a game plan in place and an idea of what the opposition will be. The last 2 games, both teams have turned up with sort of 25, 26 players. You're trying to guess what they're going to do. And you know, we went very brave in the last 2 games and pushed on and pressed. Maybe left ourselves a little bit open, but we were happy with the personnel. And like I say, we've got ourselves 2-0 up, but that last 15-20 minutes, couldn't get the right information on, couldn't get the right players in the right areas. You know, if we could just drop back into a deep sort of European block of 4-5-1, there's no way they could have broke that down. But the personnel was wrong, the shape was wrong, and you know, we got a bit hairy there the last 10 minutes. But you know, on the rest of the game, the other sort of 80 minutes where we've completely dominated the game, you know, it's the right result at the end of the day.
A fantastic 3 points, and it'll be equally as difficult next weekend trying to get another 3 points here against Barry.
Yeah, it will be. You know, I'll go down tomorrow and have a look at Barry. Might have a better idea of what we're coming up against, so you can plan something in the week, put something in place. And it's just the small details, Nick, of who you're going to allow the ball, when you're going to press, what's the triggers. There's no triggers there tonight. There's no organisation, there's no detail in what we've done. It's completely off the cuff, and we're never off the cuff. And that's what it's like at the minute because of the personnel. But you know, I was really pleased. I thought Ollie was magnificent. His kicking, he looked accomplished. You know, he dealt with everything that came to him, and he's a real threat with his left foot. You know, it's exceptional range of passing. So really pleased with him. But you know, again, just people are coming back in after having COVID, and you know, they look a yard off the pace. Players are playing and they're carrying half an injury, and I'm saying, look, can you get us to 55, 60, and then if we're winning the game comfy, then we can change it. But you know, I can't change it for an attacker and take a defensively minded player out who's carrying something, because at the minute we're backs against the wall, and it doesn't look like on the horizon there's anything coming back. So I said to the boys, have a fantastic weekend, go and enjoy yourself, the best you can with the lockdown, and you know, rest up, look after yourself, and make sure that when we come back in next week, we're ready to focus on what will be a huge game here next week on Scorio, which we'll look forward to, because I think, you know, there's 3 or 4 lads in there who struggled this week, and I know that they'll be maybe slightly disappointed with some of their quality tonight, and they'll know that when that improves, you know, we'll be a much better, sharper, more organised team than we were there in that last 20 minutes.